Jessica, welcome. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you. Working for you all has been like a lifelong dream.
Let me show you around. On this floor, we focus on transgender.
Huh?
All things trans. Transing kids, putting men in women's sports, transing kids. On this floor, we work on border security, making sure we have open borders so anyone can come into the country. Literally anyone. Anyone at all. And this, our most important floor, is where we come up with new ways to bash, harass, and bully Ericka Kirk. Really let her have it. On this floor, we host sexual harassment training. We teach folks how to fabricate Me Too allegations against people we don't like. And this is legal, where we defend people we do like from very real allegations. Did I show you the Ericka Kirk floor? This floor is very important. We have our best people coming up with arguments against voter ID. For example, that it's racist, or that it's racist, or maybe that it's racist. This is the room where it happens.
Can I see it?
Why not?
Hey, we need to find 40,000 votes in LA. 40,000, that should be easy.
What does any of this have to do with preserving democracy?
Democracy is when Democrats win elections.
Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about Democrats saving democracy, as we just did. Ericka Kirk is getting all squirrely again. Vermont congressional member introduces a bill to ban AI fake videos like the one we just saw. I've got Stop Resisting lined up for you. Are female officers a hazard? I don't know. In a horse riding competition that's going to make you scratch your head. I'm telling you, it's out of control. It so isn't the OTPH Show. Buckle up, hot dogs and tacos. I'm Scott. This is the OTPH Show. We're doing it in the morning now. Let's do the damn thing. Hey. Scan the QR code up in the corner. Help us out here. Thank you to My Patriot Supply. Thank you to My Patriot Supply for sponsoring today's episode. Now let's get on with it.
Jessica, welcome.
This is
so
hilarious.
Excited to have you.
Thank you. Working for you all has
You finally went through the final stages of brainwashing.
been like a lifelong dream.
Let me show you around.
This is incredible.
On this floor, we focus on transgender.
Huh?
All things trans. Transing kids.
You see, even with the programming it's starting to short circuit. Even with her brainwashing, she's like, what?
Putting men in women's sports. Transing kids.
Liberals, when they
On this
save
floor,
democracy.
we work on border security, making sure we have open borders so anyone can come into the country.
That's true.
Literally anyone.
Literally anyone. And then they go and complain about it.
Anyone.
But then when you go and say, hey, do you guys want to take some of these people in since you got, 10 homes and you got all this, you're so highly educated, you got all this extra room, you got all this extra stuff laying around. Why don't you have these extra people come live with you? That's what I say.
At all. And this, our most important floor, is where we come up with new ways to bash, harass, and bully Ericka Kirk.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't have to come up with ways to, harass her. She just does it for herself. She just does so much stupid shit and then goes and cries about it on her husband's show that she absolutely butchered, by the way. That show is not even anything of what it used to be with Charlie Kirk. And rest in peace, Charlie. Hopefully, you found peace in death that you couldn't find here on Earth. You know what I mean? So anyways, back to this.
Really let her have it.
It's
On this
true.
Floor,
I mean,
we host sexual harassment training.
It's fucking
we
nuts.
Teach folks how to fabricate Me Too allegations against people we don't like.
Yeah, Swalwell, how's that working out for you, bud? How's that, mister? I'm just a fucking fart machine on live camera, too. Just cutting farts on live camera. It's just, no diplomacy. Fucking deplorable. Goddamn degenerate.
And this is Legal, where we defend people we do like from very real allegations.
Very real allegations.
Did I show you the Ericka Kirk floor? This floor is very important. We have our best people coming up with arguments against voter ID. For example, that it's racist, or that it's racist, or maybe that it's racist.
Jim Crow 2.0, yeah. We're stopping people from voting. Like, now college kids can't use their college ID to go and vote in a state they don't even live in? What?
This is the room where it happens.
Can I see it?
Why not?
Hey, we need to find 40,000 votes in LA. 40,000, that should be easy.
What does any of this have to do with preserving democracy?
See, she's glitching out. She's glitching out. She's asking questions. You don't ever ask questions. You just drink the Kool-Aid. Oops, sorry.
Democrats win elections.
Very true. That's it. That's the only time we have democracy is when Dems are winning. Any other time, the whole country's burning the fuck down, or they're paying people to burn the country down. Allegedly, by the way, allegedly. Paying people like George Soros to burn this fucking country and show up, agitate law enforcement, just be a hindrance, pretty much try to subvert the will of the American people. That is when democracy works, is when Democrats subvert the will of the American people, which they have been for decades. Trump comes in, saves America, and that's why it's the death of democracy. He's a fascist. Anyways, how you doing? Like, share, subscribe. Share this out with somebody you think is going to like this live stream. Thank you for being here with me this morning. Let's get on to the next one. Since we're talking about harassing Ericka Kirk, I don't want to harass her. She just does stupid shit where I'm like, guys, this is why we should not take this woman seriously. Look at this. The guy just said suicide life just through the roof. And here's Ericka Kirk right here dancing her fucking little white ass off. Probably had a little bit of a mandingo in the back. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. All I know is that extremely white individuals like her should not pretend to be black. I know that. It's just so off-putting. This fucking shit show. Now, some would say she's not grieving properly. I would say that she is grieving properly, acting like a total fucking nut job on stage. Yeah. I mean, I think that gets it right underneath, or hits it right on the head. You know what I mean? Nail on the head. It's just not the way, I guess. I don't know how to grieve, I guess, anymore. Everybody knows on TikTok. If you go on TikTok, they will tell you how to grieve. I just don't think that you should be doing this. This is, what the fuck is this? Leave a comment. We're going to watch this again.
Can I bring another guest out?
No, please don't. Oh, hey. What's up? Get your coffee. Yep. Get your coffee. Get it in. You already know this is going to be the best way to start your day. All right. Oh, and by the way, I think Dave is crushing it out in Ohio right now in the national championships for his son's high school. His son's high school is actually went to Ohio this weekend. So that's a great way to spend Father's Day. And Dave, if you're watching this or going to watch this, buddy, congratulations, you fucking simple bastard. Family love. Can't you just feel it? It's so good. Right. So we're going to go back to this video. This is Ericka Kirk introducing, musician. These are musicians, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm watching here.
Can I bring another guest out?
I ain't hearing all that, man. I do it.
Katie, pull up!
What in the fuck is this? Okay. All right. Anyways, so the latest developments in the Charlie Kirk murder case centered on the prosecutors facing possible sanctions for giving media interviews about a bullet fragment recovered from Charlie's body, which the defense argues it violates the judge's restrictions on discussing evidence publicly, which you shouldn't be doing anyways, as I fucking... This is what I'm talking about. You already know as a lawyer, you're not supposed to be discussing anything about the case at all. This isn't first grade stuff here. We're not writing in crayon anymore here, people. We're trying to get a conviction, and we have possible sanctions now, which on top, here's the argument now that the defense is like, well, looks like we're going to have to try to get the fucking death penalty kicked because this lawyer, this prosecutor, so-called fucking idiot, in my opinion, but they call him a prosecutor, goes out and decides he's going to go talk about crucial evidence with people in the media. Good job. We know how well the media deals with, sensitive information. And you know that they're not going to try to like spin it or make it sound something worse than what it is. That the media does that? What the fuck? That's crazy. That's crazy. Why would they do any of that? This is just fucking stupid. On why would you go and say anything about the case at all while it's ongoing? This case is probably going to go on for the next 2-3 years. I just can't. Prosecutor says they only spoke of correcting misinformation after the defense releases an important ballistics detail or incomplete ballistics details. Okay. Emphasizing that earlier the tests were preliminary and inconclusive. So that's great. And the defense is pushing away from removing the death penalty while the judge, Tony Graff, is setting the rules whether sanctions are warranted. It's just you're going to be able to watch the open case or the hearing July 6th through the 10th. You'll hear the preliminary hearing, which will remain open to the public, which is another thing that they're talking about too. But the prosecutor plans to present major evidence, including forensics, surveillance footage, and alleged messages from the accused shooter, Tyler Robinson, who still has not put in a plea deal, by the way. So there's that. There's that too. So this is just kind of a shit show, kind of like this right here. See, this is the Charlie Kirk case wrapped up in a nutshell right here.
Get down!
I ain't hearing all that, man.
It's a fucking circus. We're talking about one of the most profound thought leaders of my time. And in his trials being handled like it's, like you're learning civics in junior high. It's just fucking crazy. It's just crazy. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for Charlie Kirk right now. I wasn't like a huge fan of him. I thought he was a fucking Poindexter. I wish he was a little more edgy in the things that he said. But, at the same time, again, one of the most profound thought leaders of our time, and his murder trial is like a fucking backyard court case. It's craziness. I'm just trying to correct the record. How about you don't say anything at all and you just let people think what they want? Because when you show up with the fucking evidence to bring down the rain or the thunder on this fucking furry mutant we call Tyler Robinson, it's crazy. It's just absolutely insane. Thanks for being here with me. Does anybody know what's going on here? I think it's fucking crazy. These people are absolute fucking psychopaths. And these are the people that are influencing our children too as well. That's always a good time. Hey, Henry, how you doing, buddy? My dog's here. Should I get a Henry camera so you guys can see Henry licking my feet? He's a fucking weirdo like that. Anyways, so Graham Plattner senator from Maine, a dude with a Nazi tattoo on his chest, the ones that the Democrats voted in Maine, yeah. Or he's actually running in the primary for senator, so he's going against candidate Susan Collins, who was a never Trumper, and then we got this mental patient Graham Plattner. Again, Nazi tattoo on his chest, is on allegedly on an app called Kick for young teenagers to it's like a dating app for kids, which is stupid in itself, but it is a dating app for kids, and he was found on there messaging children, allegedly. Okay, but it's not alleged that he had or has a Nazi tattoo on his chest that he recently just got covered up. Was he a United States Marine? Yes, he was. Does that fucking matter to me? No, it doesn't. I don't care that anybody served in the military. If you're a scumbag, you're a scumbag. And you serving in the military doesn't give you any bonus points. I say this all the time on my show. For anybody that's watching and everybody that is going to watch, when you are in a position like that, politician, law enforcement, military, when you're in a position of authority, you have to be more morally outstanding than the average citizen. You are a direct representation of that authority. And when you come in taking your fucking clothes off at your brother's bachelor party or fucking whatever, Jack and Jill or whatever it was, singing Wrecking Ball in a fucking banana hammock with your tattoo, big old Nazi tattoo right on the chest. Can't miss it. Very distinguishable. Now, if you go and you ask any liberal about Graham Plattner, they're like, oh yeah, he's going to bring it to Trump. What's he going to do for Maine? That's what all these liberals and all these Dems, that's the first thing they say. I'm going to stick it to Trump. Trump's only got 2 more fucking years. Then what are you going to do? Continue to try to take us over with the Communist Party? Introduce socialism? Try to kill capitalism? Complain about rich people while being wealthy yourself? The hypocrisy is just through the fucking roof. And then you want to get a fucking guy who literally had a Nazi tattoo on his chest. That if that is not subliminal messaging, if I've ever seen it, they're showing their true colors, ladies and gentlemen, which, the Nazis will call you Nazis. You see what I'm saying? Now, it might hurt people's feelings that I say that, and I don't really give a fuck, but you guys really do show your colors by the candidates you pick. And the candidates that you pick have an agenda. They don't do anything for their state. They haven't done anything for their state. Most of them are wealthy and accept money from the Democratic Jew Party we call AIPAC, which should be a foreign lobbyist group, in my opinion. Actually, it should be eradicated completely. We should not have any type of foreign lobby group with their interests in our government or in our country. The only interest they should have is selling their goods to us, and we sell goods back to them. That's pretty much the only interest that they should have in our government or in our country at all, in my opinion. But when it comes to people like Graham Plattner, well, this lady, she brings the fucking thunder here on CNN.
Plattner doesn't just have a Nazi tattoo. For 18 years, he had a tattoo of the concentration camp guards on his chest, and he knew what it was. He knew what it was. And to hear people compare that to anything else in the public sphere in America is insane. And it is insanely offensive. These people who are defending him called me and every other MAGA person a Nazi for 10 years because we voted for Trump. And then they go and vote for a guy who literally has a Nazi tattoo on his chest. You cannot fucking make this shit up, people. You can't. You couldn't even write a book good enough to make up what's going on in real life. Real life is so much stranger than fiction. 10 fucking years, for a decade, people like me and people like you were called Nazis, Nazi empathizers, fascists, just for simply loving our country.
and finally getting somebody in office that's got a set of fucking balls. Is that too much to ask for? I guess so. Because now you're voting in literal Nazis.
For someone who we thought would improve the lives of working class Americans.
Excuse me. Let me correct the record. Alleged literal Nazis, even though he knowingly had a Nazi tattoo on his chest. But, you know, either way, guys, you know, I mean, one day they're a woman, the next day they're a man, you know, kind of thing. So they can forget very easily. You know, one day he probably thought he was a Nazi, and then the next day he's like, yeah, I'm a Democrat. Don't conflate the two. They're one and the same.
And now they are lining up and defending a guy who had a Nazi tattoo, which he knew about for 18 years. Man. It is so insane to act like anything Donald Trump did was anywhere close to having a Totten cup on his chest for 18 years. 18 years. This guy is a Nazi, and Democrats are lining up behind him because they're think licking he can
at
win.
The chop.
Let me.
Well, I mean, overwhelming numbers. So a lot of Democrats, they're getting behind this because, well, what do Nazis do when they win? They eliminate their political figures. They eliminate their leaders that resisted against them. That's why they're getting behind the whole Nazi movement, because they are, in my opinion, they are the very much so what they're trying to prevent. See, all of our everything is based off of World War II, which is stupid because that happened like 100 fucking years ago. So great. But we base all of these things off of what happened 100 years ago. We don't really modernize any. And you ever heard that term, you become what you hate? Because you start emphasizing on it so much. Nobody wants not. I think everybody can agree that Nazis are bad. I'm pretty sure everybody can agree to that. Well, a majority of people can. Okay. So we don't need to emphasize. We don't need to have that again. So we have to control everything so it doesn't happen again. In turn, turning us into a modern day technocracy that uses modern day Nazi tactics to oppress anybody that decides to resist. That's exactly what's happening. Flock cameras, data centers, all in the name of safety and security. Also, we don't have another Nazi party rise up again, even though, we've been called by the Democrat Party. Trump supporters have been called by the Democrat Party Nazis for the last fucking 10 years. I still get called a fucking Nazi. I'm like, okay, I guess if that's what we're doing now. And it's all fucking high school baby backyard bullshit where everybody's like, oh, you're a Nazi. It's like, yeah, okay. See, and it's just like the video I showed last week on Thursday when I did my morning show on Thursday. DHS Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen said, these terms just get thrown around to where people don't even go ahead, call me a Nazi. That should offend me, but it doesn't anymore. I go, I guess, if that's the case. You're not hurting anybody's feelings. It's just all empty because your head is fucking empty because you don't ever have it. They don't ever have any sound arguments. The Democrats from Maine and even all in New England right now, Chris Pappas or any Democrat that's running for position here in New Hampshire, you ask them about Graham Plattner, they're like, well, we don't really have a say about it. It's like, what the fuck? Oh, or they'll be like, yeah, no, yeah. Not really a concern of mine. Him having a Nazi tattoo on his chest is not a concern of yours? No? Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right. So I guess Trump tattoos are the new swastikas now, I guess. The new Make America Great Again hats are the new swastika symbols that you wear. You know how they used to wear the cuff, right? Well, Make America Great Again hats are, the new Nazi symbol. Meanwhile, you can go and get fucking Nazi tattoos, have them on your chest for 18 years knowingly and still become a member of the Democrat senator race. That's just fucking crazy. It's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. And, I don't think he's going to win, to be honest with you. There are so many people coming out about him. allegedly Graham Plattner, he is actually relatively wealthy. The oyster business that he does have doesn't make a lot of money. He went to a private school, so he grew up on wealth. His daddy went to an Ivy League school. See what I'm saying? So his like working man look and the look of him not like ever cleaning up, he looks like he's never seen a razor a day in his life or a fucking comb. Right? That look is just a facade. It's not a real thing. Just like him. And his real intentions for Maine is to completely bury the stake into the heart of one of the most beautiful states in the country. Some of the most beautiful coastlines, and they destroyed it. They destroyed it in the name of progressivism. Yay. Thank you, guys. You're batting 1,000. All right, this next video I got for you. So this is that AI video. No. That's not the AI video. This is, so last week I had talked, or not last week, the week before that, I had talked about AI being in cars. And they're going to start putting AI in cars to monitor you as a kill switch in case you don't seem like you're fit enough. Now it's supposed to be people, it's only supposed to work for people that are extremely drunk or are having some type of medical emergency, right? Which you could say that it's actually a good thing to have these things in here because we don't want anybody to die, you know. And if somebody is in an emergency, you know, having a heart attack and start swerving all over the road, well, we want the car to die immediately and then go off to the side of the road. Sorry, I just almost knocked that over. And go off to the side of the road. EMS is called. Emergency services are there immediately. And then this person can possibly be saved. That's great. Or maybe, you know, a drunk person. But a lot of people are pissed about it, which rightfully so. Rightfully so, because we don't know necessarily if the technology is going to work. Because look at the dude from Volvo when the pedestrian sensors first came out. And he's like, yeah, I'll stand in front of this car while it goes 45 miles an hour, and got flattened by the car. So we don't know how it's going to work. It's going to go over like a fart in church for most of this thing. Because seriously, one wealthy individual is going to have this new AI technology in their car. They're going to be driving down the road and the car's going to shut off and it's going to be World War III. You fucking watch. They will go absolutely ballistic and then you'll see it go away. See, if it hinders wealthy individuals, that you won't ever see it work. It'll never make it. That's why you have to convince the wealthy. Because once the wealthy people like it, well, guess what? Everybody else has it. Like backup cameras. I can't tell you how many times when I was selling cars, I'd have wealthy individuals be like, this is so smart, which it is smart to be able to see directly behind you. I think it's great to have sensors to warn you that there's something right there behind you. I think it's brilliant. I do. Okay. I can't lie, but is it overreach? Well, I'm going to show you a video here. It's kind of be like, this is guys. I think we're, reaching over here.
General Motors sent executives to the White House 5 days ago. They argued that the bill that would force them
this
to
was
open
on
up
June
the vehicle's
8th, by the way.
diagnostic data was a cybersecurity threat. They told the president that giving consumers and independent shops access to vehicle data would create attack surfaces, would let bad actors compromise vehicle systems, would put the American driving public at risk. That was their argument. That was the framing. On Monday, June 8th, the Pentagon released its updated list of Chinese military companies operating in the United States. The list added the battery makers, the electric vehicle manufacturers, the LiDAR suppliers, and the telematics module producers that the same auto industry has been quietly building your modern vehicle with for the last decade. The cybersecurity threat the auto industry warned the White House about turns out to be the cybersecurity threat that's already in your vehicle's parts bin. The Pentagon put it in writing. Your battery is built by a company the Pentagon designated as a Chinese military company. Your telematics module may be too, your LiDAR sensors, your battery management system. The chairman of the House Select Committee on China called the new list a warning to, quote, American businesses, all levels of government, and the American people. The list is called the Section 126OH list. It now contains 188 Chinese companies. It includes BYD, the world's largest electric vehicle manufacturer, NIO, the Chinese EV company, CALB Group, a major battery manufacturer, EVE Energy, which supplies batteries to Tesla.
So I'm going to say this right now. In my eyes, even before, this whole We got to be friends. I'm like, man, our manufacturing is all overseas. It's all done by companies that are owned by foreigners. We have some companies that manufacture these things, but this is a fucking liability. This is a fucking liability, guys. A big one. Oh, shit. Push the wrong button. All right, let's go.
BMW and Mercedes-Benz. Contemporary Amperex technology, CATL, was already on the list from the January 2025 round, and CATL supplies batteries to Ford, Volkswagen, Honda, Toyota, Hyundai, Volvo, Daimler, Mercedes-Benz, and Kia. Hesai and RoboSense, both LiDAR manufacturers, are on the list.
This is crazy.
Quectel Wireless, one of the world's largest telematics module suppliers, is on the list. The Pentagon did not put those companies on the list because they make consumer products. The Pentagon put them on the list because the Department of Defense determined they have direct or indirect ties to the People's Liberation Army of the People's Republic of China.
Yeah,
this is the 1260H story.
Not
it
a
is
good
the story
thing.
The auto industry would
this
prefer
is
stay
not
quiet
good at all.
It sits next to.
And also, the reason I wanted to bring this up is because they're trying to pass, so Ford thinks that you're not able or smart enough to work on your own vehicle. So what they wanted to do is they wanted to make it illegal for you to work on your own car because of this your information being stolen by the enemy. But the enemy is actually making your fucking car. Every little piece of your electric car is made by the fucking enemy right here in our own very country. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that just spectacular? Obviously, it didn't pass and they didn't get through. So that's a good thing. So you can still continue to work on your car. And actually stirred up so much of a problem that the House subcommittee on February 25th, 2025, sorry, not in the 25th, but in February of 2025, it actually passed the Repairs Act, or Right to Repairs Act, meaning that you can still work on your vehicle. Because Ford says that you're not smart enough to do it. That's why these manufacturers do this stuff. It's to monopolize. That's what this bill, hopefully it's going to be amended and advanced to the full committee in June this month. So hopefully we'll have more information about that. It's not a law yet. It still needs to hit the floor and vote, and Senate needs to pass, and then it needs a presidential signature, which I'm sure as soon as that hits the desk, President Trump is going to be thinking about the American people, despite what Democrats say. The man works 18 hours constantly for us here in America every fucking day. He loves this country, and we love him for it. And I know for a fact that he will sign this fucking bill. The Repairs Act is meant to break dealerships' monopolies, just like what I said, by giving car owners and independent mechanics equal access to repair data, tools, and parts, which, if you didn't know, there was those large junkyard fires that happened too. Remember that? Like 12 junkyards caught on fire randomly. You know, things just happen, guys. Okay. Random parts in the middle of a fucking desert nowhere, just all of a sudden just spontaneously combust. You ever seen that happen? You never seen that happen? A fucking car with no oil, it's made of steel, just all of a sudden just lights on fire, just catches on fire, guys. Man, how's that happen? Shit. I couldn't tell you. I mean, BlackRock and Vanguard own a majority of these parts manufacturers too, like O'Reilly and Advanced Auto. Did you know that they're shutting down actually a lot of those places due to lack of workers? Which, you know, unemployment isn't really that high right now, but still, nevertheless, I don't think it's lack of employment. It's for this very reason right here. They want to monopolize. They want to be able to control every little bit. They're selling your information right underneath your nose. Your car is manufactured by the enemy. Almost every sensitive piece, the sensors, the radars, the fucking batteries, the modules, the conductors. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. They may or may not have ties. They may or may not, guys. This is alleged. So Yeah. What's the best way to hide, ladies and gentlemen? In plain sight.
The cybersecurity argument they used at the White House on June 3rd. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly which Chinese military-designated companies built parts of the vehicle in your driveway, why the auto industry's cybersecurity framing is hypocrisy, and what the September 30th right to repair deadline has to do with all of it. Section 126OH of the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2021 requires the Department of Defense to publish and annually update a public list of Chinese military companies operating in the United States.
There should be
the list
none.
Is maintained by
there
the
should
Office
be
of the Secretary.
none. There should be zero Chinese-backed military operations that are manufacturing anything in this fucking country. Should be zero. There should be none. It's like for fucking 20 years, America just turned the fan on and just open-handedly throwing shit in it with their mouth open. That's what I feel like our country's been doing. This is fucking preschool shit.
Of Defense. Inclusion on the list does not automatically impose sanctions. It does
crazy.
not ban the company from operating in the United States. It does not stop American consumers from buying products that contain the company's components. What it does is designate the company.
This makes me so fucking infuriatingly mad. I just don't even want to finish the video, but we're going to finish the video. But this is the kind of shit to where it's like, yeah, no wonder, guys, we think you're throwing us under the bus. You literally allow our enemies to make our fucking shit. All of our fucking vehicle parts, all the major components.
On the public record as a Chinese military company for the purposes of federal procurement. Starting June 30th, 2026, 22 days from now, as of this filming, the Department of Defense will be prohibited from entering into or renewing contracts directly with any company on the 126OH list. Starting June 30th, 2027, the Department of Defense will be prohibited from contracting indirectly with those companies. The Pentagon will not be allowed to buy products that contain components from 126OH listed companies. The Defense Industrial Base, every contractor that works with the DoD, will have to scrub their supply chains of 126OH listed components.
Yeah, see, and this is the thing, and thank God that they are blacklisting these people. It's about fucking time. And of course, General Motors and Ford is lobbying for rights to repair. They're against it. Of course they are. Why do you think they've made vehicles so much more complicated now? Because they don't want you to work on them. They want you to go and spend your money with them, where they're going to charge you fucking 10 arms and 2 legs, where you could just go and spend the $75 and then, listen, you're going to have to pay either way. You're either going to pay with money or you're going to pay with time. You have to pay either way. Yeah, it is pretty interesting, huh? But you're going to have to pay either way. They're taking your ability, or they're lobbying to try to take your ability to work on your own property away, because they also argue too that technically it's still their property because you're driving around with their branded vehicle, so it's still technically their intellectual property. That's another angle they're trying to play. And if that's the case, then you probably shouldn't provide public transport, or you probably shouldn't provide public consumer products. Because then Adidas could do that. Anybody that has a logo or a label on there could go, well, that's my intellectual property. I'm going to charge you extra. Or you can't sew your own shirt because it has a Nike symbol on it. It's like fucking so stupid. I remember when I was a kid, you could work on everything. Every little bit of the car, you could work on it. Now, my dad was telling me, he's like, the owner's manuals used to be like this. And you could literally fix, and you could repair the fucking water pump on your own, the fucking alternator on your own. I'm serious. Master cylinders on your own, all the major components. You could literally fix anything with your own hands and a couple tools and some time. How convenient is that? Now they want you to drag your happy ass to the fucking dealership where, you know, they're going to be like, oh, well, we found this repair, that repair. You know, it might be a little bit expensive for you. Hey, God, why don't you talk to my homie right here? He's going to hook you up and we're going to look at your car, okay? And then they'll try to sell you another car because they all work together. Trust me. You know how I know this? Oh, I didn't even see this. Yeah, you literally have to go to the dealership to get it fixed. Have to. Yeah, that's how they're designed now. They're doing it on purpose, which I'm glad that Americans or our leadership is recognizing this and saying, okay, we can't have this. It's just like they did with Google. Look at what they did with the ABC Corporation. They broke up Google. They said, hey guys, you can't have all this. This can't all be owned by one individual person. You fucking literally monopolize the internet. You cannot do this. That's pretty much what they're saying to Ford right now. And this isn't the first time that manufacturers, any manufacturer for that matter, but we'll say this isn't the first time that, manufacturers of vehicles try to get Americans to pretty much be stuck where they're at, in my opinion. There was the bailout. Remember the bailout where all the CEOs in 2008 took their private jets? Remember when GM went under? And then they went hat in hand begging the American people. They begged us. They begged the American people. You know who bailed these corporations out like GM, Ford, and Ford actually didn't get touched by the crash in 2008. It was only GM, Dodge, and Chevy was another one that got hit pretty hard. They come in hat in hand. Then they want to go and make vehicles to where you can't repair them. But they want you to bail them out when they make shit decisions in vehicles that you don't like or want to buy. Well, that's the American people, so that's not our fault. You see? Buying these people's products, they have, and this is the problem when you become so big, right? And there's so limited choices. Like in America, we have a lot of choice, which is true. But a lot of that choice is actually owned all by a couple people. It's the illusion of choice. But a lot of these people are very entitled and out of touch. So, and because they have so much money and they're so out of touch, they create things that make it difficult for you and to keep you in a trap. It's kind of like the banking system, right? It's to keep you in here. It's not to give you any type of financial freedom, even though they say that that's what it's for. They help you build wealth. Yeah, okay. Interest rates are through the fucking roof. You don't help nobody do anything. Okay. And if I owned a bank, I would be pissed right now because people aren't spending money. That's a problem. And that's why these fucking auto manufacturers want us to go and repair our vehicles there because we're not spending money anymore. People aren't buying vehicles. We're in like a stagnant period right now because our economy is like bouncing back from an inflation. So it's what they call a stagflation, which is just as bad as inflation. So we need to keep people spending money. We need to keep them spending money, but they're not spending any money because they're not really making any money. So they're not going to spend any because they're not making any. Interest rates are through the roof, right? So you're like the average car loan right now that you go, this isn't even a housing loan. The average car loan is at 6% interest on $50,000. You know what that is? That's a lot of fucking money. And that's the average car cost too. It's not like you can just go and buy a car for like 20 grand. You can't. You could maybe buy a used car for 20 grand. But you can't go out and just be like, yep, there's an average citizen car that's made for me. I can work on it. I don't have to go to the dealership. I don't make for the average citizen that doesn't make a lot of money, that needs a reliable vehicle. All these manufacturers started off on that very angle. And that's what they keep playing to, the working man, right? But yet they're making it harder for the working man to make a living by forcing them to go to these dealerships where it fucking spend their whole day. So not only do I have to spend fucking $1,500 on a brake job that I could have done myself for fucking $200, I just missed a whole day's worth of work. So not only are you getting fucked in the ass by the dealership, you're getting fucked in the mouth by not making any money either. So you're getting it from both ends, I guess. And this is why people aren't buying things because manufacturers are lobbying against rights to repair your own vehicle. But they want you to buy their vehicles. They want you to go and buy a Ford. But then they go, oh, well, you can't fix it yourself, though. Okay. Then I don't want to buy your car. Do you see Toyota or Honda saying that? No. And actually, Toyota's like the number one fucking sold besides Subaru. Toyota's like the number one sold. The number one, the number one stolen vehicle in the United States is the Toyota Corolla. It's not a Ford. Nobody's stealing them. It's a Toyota Corolla. It's crazy, right? I know. It's insane. And so isn't this lobbying against the right to repair? Like you should want people to work on their own vehicles. And if they're having difficulties or they don't have the mechanical capabilities, then they can go and get a job or go and get their car repaired for a fair price and not get the fucking runaround. Because some of this mechanic jargon is a lot of it. You look at it and you're like, yeah, I have no idea. Just fix it. And they're like, okay, dummy. And they do. All of them do. They come out and they explain it to you as fast as possible and some jargon that you don't really understand. Everything moves really quickly because you doesn't give you a chance to rebuff or even really think about it. You're just like, yeah, I need my car, so fix it, I guess. Yes, I will sell one of my children's organs. I will sell one of my kids' kidneys on the black market to pay for this because that's reasonable, right? That's fair, right? I mean, they're looking out for the average working class citizen, right? Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Oh, Chad, you're fucking lighting me up today. Mechanics who worked on for decades. Yeah, dude, for real. Same with farming equipment. Yeah, dude. Seriously. Yeah, it's same thing with doctors. Yep. It's all to keep you in the loop. Like that's why they don't want you to, be holistic and, come up with alternative ways to heal yourself before you go to the doctors. Like this is what I say. Oh, I got a headache. Okay. Well, are you hydrated? That's the first thing I think. I don't think, oh, take aspirin. I say, did you drink water? Because generally, if you got a headache, well, you're dehydrated. If your headache doesn't go away after you hydrate, then did you have any coffee today? Do you take anything with caffeine or maybe nicotine? No? Okay. Then you go from there. But they don't do that. When they see somebody, they're like, okay, well, I see an obese person here. We're going to put you on Ozempic and, blah, 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 blah. They don't attack the diet. They don't attack the lifestyle. They just say, yeah, we're going to give you a chemical. Seriously. What's funny is a lot of these medications. Now, this is my opinion and from what I've seen and read. Okay. So you should always trust your doctor. That's what YouTube tells me to say. So, guys, make sure you're out there trusting those guys because, they're looking out for your best interest. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that so like I had to take antidepressants when I was younger, when I was like in my, after my son was born, because I would, hit a dark path and everything like that. But I hated it. And it just didn't make me feel like me. So I stopped. And they're like, why'd you do that? Didn't you know you could like really damage yourself? You could like cause neural problems and stuff like that. I'm like, then why the fuck are you giving it to me? Well, we don't want you to be depressed anymore. It's like, guys, maybe let's talk about it here. Of course, I'm a younger man, so I'm just blindly trusting my doctor until I'm reading the side effects on the side of these bottles. And I'm like, I don't want to take this shit. I don't want to leak out of my asshole for 3 weeks. I don't want that to happen or even it be a possibility of happening. You know what I mean? I want that to happen when I'm older, like 70 and about to die, I'm leaking a little bit. That's fine. Not at 23. I take antidepressants so I won't feel suicidal. And when I see in big, bold letters on the side of the packaging, may cause suicidal thoughts, you lost me. You lost the plot completely with me. Don't want to take it. I'm not gonna. But yeah, it's to keep you in the loop. They have to make money. When you make things that are in the public's interest about money and you fix the problem, no longer do you have the public. You have to constantly have them coming in to line your pockets. You have to. It's not health care, it's sick care. Seriously, it's no joke. 80% of Americans, adult Americans, get less than a half an hour's worth of exercise a day. And that comes from, you know, our human health director, RFK Jr., who fucking wrestles rattlesnakes out in the driveway. That's no fucking joke. I saved that one for Thursday. So, but back to what I'm saying with the car manufacturers, you know, it hasn't passed yet. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully it will pass. Hopefully it'll hit the president's desk and Trump will put his big, beautiful signature on that. And we'll get these people out of our hair. He already put bans on Vanguard and BlackRock and hedge funds from buying up single family homes and using them as rental properties. So he's already banned them from doing that. So they can't do that anymore. And I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure he's mandated that all those people that bought, they have to sell them at a fair price. They're not allowed to keep single family homes. Now, multi-family homes like apartment complexes and stuff like that, sure. Commercial properties, sure. But residential properties should not be purchased at mass amounts. Like, remember those commercials on YouTube that would pop up, be like, we want to buy your home no matter what, no matter that, we'll pay you cash. That's what they were talking about. That was Vanguard and BlackRock and hedge funds like them were coming in and scooping up as many homes as they can, because now that's how you control the housing, right? You control the housing, then you kind of get people pushed into these 15-minute cities that they want everybody to live in, allegedly. So, all right, this last video I got here for you before we get on to the next segment, Stop Resisting, is so this Vermont congressional member, her name's Becca. I can't remember her last name, but her name's Becca. She lives in Brattleboro. She's a fucking total asshole. She's not a nice person. I've met her in real life, had conversation with her. She is a very snooty, snobby individual. Okay. So it's great. Yeah. They still try. They're still going to try, of course. But it's one of those things where you don't sell your home. It's an asset that will create you wealth. And then you can go and sell that asset later on in your life, or you could hand it down to one of your children, you know, or they can go and sell it if they want to, you know what I mean? So it's something that they don't want you to have because it'll benefit you and it hurts them. You see what I'm saying? You will have nothing and be happy about it, which I don't know anybody that has nothing is happy about it. I can assure you that. Okay. If you only have your fucking God to please out in the middle of the desert and you're a fucking monk, of course you're going to be happy with nothing. But in the world that we live in, you got to have shit to get to where you got to be at. Okay. And you got to make dough. And these individuals, let's say them, they are against us. And they don't want you to have things because they have so much more than you. They think that they're better than you. And they're not. And that's the best part about it. That's why they try to control you, is because they know they're no different than you. They just have more money than you. That's it. There's still flesh and blood, piss and wind. All right, let's get on to this next video.
Ad that's circulating online right now that is a fake.
This is hilarious.
An AI generated.
So this guy laughing right here, his name's Hank, and he has a channel called Planet Hank, and I love him. He's over in Brattleboro and does work in Brattleboro and Keene. He's kind of like a live cops, where he goes with a scanner, he goes around and like makes videos of cop apprehensions live and like films them apprehending and everything like that, and then talks about the apprehension, talks about politics and crime and stuff. So I'm trying to get him in here for a segment of Stop Resisting. It would be really fucking awesome. But this guy's hilarious.
Ad. It's using my likeness, my image, my voice to make me say things I have never said. Now look.
See, and this is the problem with these fucking libs, man. They get so fucking butthurt about the dumbest shit. Everybody knows that this is not real. Everybody knows it. Oh, it's my face. It's my likeness. It's my voice. It's like, yeah, but what they're doing is they're taking things that, you know, real Vermonters don't like about you, and they're emphasizing it in an AI video. Right. So now it kind of equals the playing field. So there's no barrier to entry. You can just go and make your own AI ad campaign ads that are hilarious, like this right here. Watch this. This is so funny. And this is what she's bitching about. This is what you got. She said that she said Vermonters deserve to know that when they are seeing her image or hearing her voice, it's actually her and not some AI fabrication. Blah, 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 blah. Cry about it. It's because it makes you look like a douche, because you are a fucking douche. That's why you're upset.
You want to talk about my record? You want to debate me? You want to talk about policy? Then let's go. Stop hiding behind an AI-generated ad. Vermonters deserve to know that when they are looking at a campaign ad, that it's actually the person it claims to be. And that's why we need stronger AI regulation now, not later. And also, if you're going to do an AI-generated ad, can you at least spell Vermont correctly?
Oh, Chad.
Oh, Becca got her.
She is
pissed.
So she lives in Brattleboro, Vermont, and he does too. And obviously he's a conservative man. You know, he's on the right side of history, not the crazy side of history. You see what I'm saying? So, and he loves to poke the bear on this one. This is the only reason she's pissed off, is because people actually liked this video. That's why she's pissed off, because she's probably going to lose her job because she's done such a horrible job. Her and Bernie Sanders. You're a United States Senator. Sit down. Bernie, fucking guy. One of the biggest fucking grifters. All these Dems are grifters. They're all grifters. You want to debate me on my record, my policies? Then you come at me. But when you start making funny videos about me and using my likeness to make other people laugh at my expense, that's when you cross the fucking line, buddy. Okay? We didn't just have a whole bunch of illegals due to my reckless policies that I supported for you. Have you seen South Burlington? It's a shithole. I remember when I was a kid, when I was younger and I went to welding school, right? I loved Burlington. I know. I said I love Vermont. I just calm down. Okay. I used to say that. I don't say that anymore. I used to say I love Massachusetts too. Hurts me just even saying it like that. But of course I love these states. Of course I love every state in our beautiful country. But the reckless policies of liberals like Becca, who's completely butthurt over nothing. Oh, over an AI video. Oh, people might be tricked. They might be tricked to think that I'm an actual asshole that doesn't care. Never did. Look at how Vermont is. Vermont's is shit right now. The only thing Vermont's got good going on for themselves is their gun policies. Other than that, not very good. They're not batting 1,000. I can tell you that. Loose on crime, liberal policies, lets anybody in, will come and take your fucking kids if they don't like what you're doing or what you're saying or what you're teaching your kids in your own home. Just saying to you. Maybe people don't want that. Do you ever think that maybe people don't want politicians and government entities to tell them how to live their lives? Just govern, you know what I mean? To make sure that quality of life and living is up to par, not just for you and your family, but for all Americans, and not just white Americans, okay? All people that accept American values, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, okay? But they don't. But they will go spend millions of your tax dollars to go buy flock cameras to monitor everything you do, but they won't fix the fucking potholes. They'll say, hey, you know what? We'll get to it when we can. Is it in the budget? I don't think so. Hey, Rich, is it in the budget? It's not. Yeah, sorry, it's not in the budget. Well, what about the new flock cameras? Oh, that's for your safety. Well, what about the safe roads that I should be able to drive on? What about that safety first? Like, that's the first line of safety, wouldn't you think? Like, if you make stairs, you should probably make a handrail too, right? That would be the first line from keeping people from falling, not the camera. But hey, listen, common sense here. It's common sense here at the OTPH Show. Raw, stealing, sex appeal.
Goddard. Oh my God, Becca. You can't take a joke. Oh, it's a deep fake using my likeness. No, it's a satire video of a sitting politician. Okay, you're going to need a little bit thicker skin around these parts, especially if you expect to represent Vermont. Okay, it's rugged around here in the woods of Vermont. You can't take it. Oh my God. It's an ad. It's not an ad. It's a funny video. And now you want to ban being able to post funny videos and use your position in Congress to limit people's First Amendment. We don't want you to do that. That's not why you're down there. That's not your job. Meanwhile, calling everybody a Nazi and a brown shirt, going to every single trendy protest and calling everybody fascist. But want to ban satire videos. I don't.
Said the kettle. And she is actually pushing legislation because of this whole deep fake. It's a funny video. It's hilarious. The hilarity is at her expense. That's why she doesn't like it. And it's true. They'll be the first ones to call you a Gustavo. They'll be the first one to call you a brown shirt. They'll be the first one to show up and try to delegitimize our officers that put their lives on the line for us every fucking day. She was one of these people that were behind that whole Black Lives Matter bullshit. You couldn't drive 5 feet down the fucking road in Vermont without seeing one of them stupid fucking signs. They actually had one on the outside of a church, which, good job, church. You're not supposed to take sides, you fucking whatever. Anyways, I remember in Putney, out in front of the school, they actually literally painted it on the road in front of the fucking Putney school until some good old boys came over and did fucking massive amounts of burnouts. Oh, they brought out their dualies and just fucking cooked them, diesels, whistling, just smoking them fucking tires over that shit. Don't be disrespectful. It's just like the crosswalks that are rainbow colored and people go and do burnouts on it. I fucking love it. I think it's hilarious. Don't be disrespectful. Not everybody believes or supports that shit. So, and you can't make everybody do it. We live in the land of the free. Okay. I don't have to believe in your stupidity. Okay. And you can't make me. And this is what they do. They get into a seat of, she's in a position to where she can use her influence to try to ban things like this, but we'll turn around and call you a fascist and call you a fucking Nazi and everything else under the sun if you're not willing to play ball. But when you go and make fun of her, oh, you can't do this. You can't have your God-given right to speak freely about me and the shit job that I've done here for Vermont. You can't do that. Well, Becca, I don't know if it's going to go, but she's going to introduce the No Fakes Act, which would give people legal protection against unauthorized AI use of image or voice. Okay. Again, crybabies crying about what? Crybabies crying about what? We're talking about the same people that supported Kamala Harris that used AI-generated photos to make it look like she had bigger crowds than what she did. I'm sorry, what? Now, it'd be different if, this wasn't satirical and it wasn't clearly funny and it was actually something serious and it could have confused people. Then I could understand. But clearly the ad is funny and it did its job because you are all types of fucking worked up. You're so worked up, you're going to introduce a bill, a law that prevents people from making fun of you. Isn't that great? Can't make it up. Can't make it up. But she'll be the first ones to go and talk out of context when it comes to Trump and, his family not being audited by the IRS anymore, which is not true. Past records can't be audited without an oversight committee. If you just read it, which they have and they do, and they have fucking 5 other people with them, 5 other staff members that you pay for, by the way, to give her this information to know. You see? That do the work for her so she doesn't have to. She just has to read the list. That's it. Oh, what's this? What's the paper say? You ever notice that? All these congressional hearings, there's only a few, and the politicians that I like the most are the ones that don't read off of the fucking list. I hate it when I sit there and you're watching them read right off of a fucking speech. It's like, guy, you're supposed to be able to talk to the public. You mean to tell me you can't just fucking talk about what the bill is? No, because you didn't even fucking read it. That you had 5 Staffords read it and then summarize it for you. And then write down what they think. And then that turned into your opinion. And you thought of it all of a sudden. You're the fucking genius. Give me a fucking break. Anyways, it's a funny video. I don't see it going very far. I don't know very much about Vermont. I know that it sucks now. I hate everything about it. The roads suck. The people are all fucking snobs that want to cut off their wieners and glue on tits and have your kids glue on wieners and tits. It's weird, dude. I'm serious. They're fucking crazy over there. But Vermont's always been super progressive, but they've always been, when I was younger, Vermont, New Hampshire was always about wildlife and being outside and fishing and hunting. And, that's how you find your freedom. And now it's not. It's all progressive bullshit and, trans are losing their rights and all this shit. Meanwhile, we just had actually a former Democrat lawmaker, the first openly trans individual in New Hampshire, which I don't understand how that makes them better at their job. But what I'm trying to say is that person's actually looking at 33 years in prison right now for exploitation of children. So, I mean, it seems to be a pattern. I call me crazy, but just something I noticed. Anyways, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. I always want to know what you're thinking. I'll be back with you after this. When disaster hits, you don't want excuses. You want action and peace of mind. An emergency storable food from My Patriot Supply does just that, delivering over 2,000 calories a day in 8 hearty varieties, good for over 25 years. That's 25 years of protection for when the stinky stuff hits the fan. So scan the QR code up in the corner or click the link down in the description and protect you and your family for when emergency strikes. All orders before 3 p.m. ship same day, and anything over $150 ships for free. Remember, calories equal energy, and energy equals survival. Be ready for anything before anything happens with My Patriot Supply. Now back to the show. All right. Now we're getting into the segment called Stop Resisting, where we talk about law enforcement and everything like that. So, and crimes and weird crimes that are alleged. This is may or may not be alleged. Stop Resisting is brought to you by the OTPH Show, Raw Steel and Sex Appeal, and you can watch me Monday, Thursday, and Sunday, 5:30 a.m. right here on YouTube. Thanks for being here with me. Let's get into the first video.
71 little girls in a sewer under a synagogue, and they was just exploring. Nyack police had to come and rescue 71 little girls who were on a trip and took it upon themselves to go explore the sewers. Something don't sound right about this. Let's go back to Brooklyn a couple of years ago when they found them underground in a synagogue. What's going on under there, though? Crazy thing is...
Yeah, see, that the rumors online are kind of going everywhere on this one. I don't necessarily know. I think it's just rumors. I haven't heard too much about this. When I saw it, I was like, oh, let's talk about it, because they did actually find that underground, that Jews were digging down into the ground underneath buildings in New York. So, yeah, and some of them were leading into people's showers and shit. Yeah, I'm not even kidding you. It's a crazy thing. But this right here, girls just wandering into sewer canals and finding a fucking synagogue underground. I don't think the hype is real on this one.
They were all little girls, 71 little girls. So you mean to tell me 71, number 71 little girls got away from whoever they were with and said, let's go in this tunnel and explore and see what we find. And they bump into a synagogue. Listen to what the mayor said. Listen to the mayor.
Some young girls, some kids, they in the park, they got into the culvert of the creek, and they started exploring, and then they ended up not really knowing where they were, and they got a little...
Girls, listen. This is very highly unlikely. I just don't believe any of this. I don't believe any of it. We're going to finish the video, but this is like one of those things where, you know, this is what I mean. This is like that bad information, you know, that puts the wrong image of certain individuals on their head. They already make themselves look bad. We don't have to do it anymore for them. So, you know, I don't know. Again, 71. They say some people are saying it's 60. I don't fucking know. What I do know is that this is actually kind of one of those misleading reports to where it was something to do with like teaching. It's like classrooms underground or whatever. Again, it's one of those misleading stories. It's all for clicks.
Armed.
What do you say?
As far as I know from the police, I just got here a few minutes ago. As far as I know from the police, everybody's been accounted for. Nobody's missing. They're about to get.
But that's a cop in the back, so it's hard. I don't know. It could be something completely different, but that's a police officer. There are several police officers directing people out of this building that's behind this gentleman right here. So, I mean, it may or may not be real. It's a developing story. If I hear anything more about it, we'll definitely.
Okay, thank you very much.
Giggity.
I want to know how random that is. 71 girls. Yeah, okay. Pay attention.
So since we're talking about Vermont, there's been a real problem, and this was a problem even when I was selling cars, is that people like to steal catalytic converters, and they're actually very expensive, and there's a certain metal that's very expensive on the inside of the catalytic converter that they're actually going after. And well, it's becoming more and more of a problem, and now Vermont's starting to catch on. But the soft on crime policies, these people are not being held accountable. What's going to happen is if I own a dealership and my shit keeps getting fucking raided and the cops and the government's not doing anything about it, I'm going to take my dealership and go somewhere where they're going to do something about it. You see? And then now all the jobs go. And sales, especially vehicles, that's, you know, if you're good, you can make fucking serious money. You're looking at 6-7 figures. Okay? All depends on where you're at, what vehicle you're selling, but you can.
Kingdom Car Dealership is the target of a pair of thieves. Take a look at these surveillance pictures where one of the suspects appears to be flipping off the camera. Police say they responded to St. J. Subaru Monday for reports of several catalytic converters being stolen off cars from the dealership.
And it happens
An investigation found it happened around 5 this past Sunday morning. Despite the thieves' takeaway, Vermont law makes it hard for people to sell catalytic converters because it requires certain documentation and ID numbers.
And I'm going to say this right now. You go online and you will sell that catalytic converter to fucking anybody, okay? It does not matter. You're fucking stupid. Oh, you need an ID number. It doesn't fucking matter. People are going to do it. What you need to do is people that go and steal that shit, well, you need to slap their pecker a little harder. Huh? Instead of being like, oh, hey, guys, you know, sorry. It's okay. Don't worry. This is insane. And it's still a really huge problem. Actually, when I sold cars 5 years ago in Vermont, we had 8 cars that were jacked, catalytic converters, 8 trucks, catalytic converters. These are not cheap pieces of the exhaust. It's actually probably the most expensive part besides the header. So yeah. And then when they do steal them, what either happens is they go resell it online, right? Or they break it down and take the metals, that special metal, I can't remember the name of it, out and sell that and then just scrap everything else. So leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. So now I'm going to get into the main portion of this segment, Stop Resisting, and it's actually going to be about a law enforcement officer. And before I get into it, what I'm going to say is there are exceptions to the rules, but I think a majority of female officers are not good for policing because they escalate situations. They don't really exude authority. Not saying all females, okay? There are exceptions to the rules, so calm down before you try to butcher me in the fucking comments. But what I am saying is that if females are showing up, they're more likely to escalate. They're more likely to administer a taser or pepper spray. I mean, look at that girl that shot the dude in the leg, taking the gun out of the fucking holster. We had female officers on duty when the guy came running through with a shotgun, tried to shoot up the White House Correspondents' Dinner. The 2 female officers that were sitting right there cowered in the corner when they saw the dude coming out, Timu John Wick style. Okay? It's incredible. It's incredible. But this is what I mean. You're more likely to get hurt. They're more likely to escalate situations. They don't really add too much help unless they're like martial artists, which most females aren't on the police force. They just think that they carry a badge and people are going to listen to them, which isn't the case most of the time. So like this. Here, let's watch this video. Let's break it down together.
I don't give a fuck. You're not going to raise your voice at me. You're a fucking cop. You work for me.
No, I do not.
Yeah, the fuck you do. I pay the fucking taxes around here. You're a fucking...
She is going to get her kids.
See? Look at that. See what I mean? De-escalation. And this, you hear this all the time on the left. They're like, oh, cops are supposed to de-escalate. Does this look like de-escalating? Does this look like de-escalation? I mean, we're only 30 seconds into this video, and it's a 4-minute fucking video.
Open the door! All right, then you got a warrant out for your arrest for custodial interference. Do you understand?
That's not even a real thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the warrant? Where's
because
the warrant?
you need to give the kid back.
You're yelling
gonna
right
get
now.
one.
You get your supervisor here right now.
I'm gonna arrest you right now.
Get
if you don't give her a kid back, I'm gonna arrest you
Look at
right
this.
now.
Get your supervisor here right
That's
now.
right.
I have. Give me your supervisor now.
Arrest, actually,
this isn't
are you?
resisting arrest
This
at
is
all.
crazy.
I don't have any reason to be arrested right now.
She just told you
My
why.
child is
She
here.
just told you
to be
why.
under arrest for custodial interference.
Custodial interference? Really?
Yes.
Get your supervisor here now.
It's not a thing.
Supervisor.
Yeah, get your supervisor here now.
Okay.
Get off my fucking door.
I'm gonna put you in cuffs if you don't stop fucking cussing.
You've been yelling at me this whole time. What's your name and badge number? Is your body cam recording?
Isn't that funny? Stop cussing. Fuck you. If you don't stop cussing, I'm going to put you in fucking cuffs. It's like, lady, look at the size of this woman compared to this dude. Even with all of it, he is not scared of her at all. He looks at her like a joke.
No, it's not. No, the fuck it's not.
You
Turn
see
it
a little
on.
camera right there, sweetheart?
Yeah, it's not recording. Is it on?
It is on. It's in
No, it's
stealth
not.
mode.
No, it's not.
Well,
it's not on red.
It's in stealth
This cop
mode.
is fucking sitting here.
Listen,
my rights right now.
there is no stealth mode on body cameras. It's in stealth mode. It's not even fucking on. And she probably shouldn't even be here because these two, this lady officer right here is probably scissoring with the female that's like, give me my kid. And I'm sure that the woman's like, give me my kid. I'm sure she's not a very pleasant individual to deal with.
Get your foot off the door.
Misuse of 911. Let's add to it.
Misusing 911. It's my stepmom. I'll gladly call 911 right now. Yeah, let me go ahead and call 911.
See what I mean? Escalating. She has not done one thing to de-escalate this situation and calm things down, especially when there's a child in the other room and you're acting like a fucking total psychopath with the badge on. You're supposed to be the person that neutralizes the situation and pacifies everything. And you're fucking out here like a madman yelling at this dude. Not made one radio call. Your radio's not even on. You haven't made one radio call to your supervisor, which has been requested many a times. I don't know in the state. I don't know if in the state that he's in, I don't know which one he's in, but I don't know if it's a loss. Because in some states, like you requesting a supervisor, like, okay, let me get you a supervisor. I'm going to get right on that, guys. Yeah, because my supervisor is going to want to come out here and talk to your fucking crazy ass. I doubt it. Anyways. Her radio's off, body camera's off. I mean, I think that this is misuse of force, don't you think? I mean, misuse of law enforcement, don't you think? Posing as an officer. I mean, even though you are an officer, but if you show up in your gear off duty, I'm pretty sure that's against the law. I'm pretty sure even if you are an officer, you can't impersonate an officer when you're off the clock.
No, do not call 911.
I'm calling 911 right now.
For misuse of 911.
Oh, am I going to get another charge?
No, you actually will. That is a misuse of 911.
Is it? Because your body cam's not on. Your body cam's not on. No, it's not. I just had Horry County here last night with the red light on. Get off the door.
Light on. It has the camera on.
Get off.
That's the difference.
Yeah, what's your name and badge number?
You are about Saray 725. They already know I'm
Saray
here.
725 is
You
here
are
right now.
misusing 911.
Abusing my rights.
And you are not
She's
allowed
entering my
to get
house
the
without
child.
She has entering my house without a warrant. She's been placing her hands on me. Her body cam's not on right now.
I didn't place my hands on you.
I've been
Sir,
requesting a supervisor.
And now she's trying to backpedal. Look at this is what I mean. And this is a majority of female encounters. I'm not joking. I have another video I'll show next week, or not next week, but I'll show on Thursday. Female officer escalating a situation. Happens quite often. I think I still have the video of the female officer that got wrestled by a dude. He took her gun and shot him. Shot that officer, that female officer right there. She didn't stand a fucking chance. Even with tasers and pepper spray, even with batons, even with a fucking gun.
Showing up, I will literally press charges on you. Leave.
Yeah, but you didn't call her back.
I'm not being. She's touching me right now.
Put your hands
She's putting her hands on me right now.
She's
putting
her
hands on me right now.
And she went into his house.
I will tase you. I'm not kidding. Put your
Look at
hands
this.
behind your back.
She's literally been trying
Look
to
at
enter
this.
my house.
Put your
Look at
hands
this.
behind
I want to supervise.
He's not. She's not even moving him.
to tell you.
You've been raising your voice at me all day
And if there's a
long.
Kid
As soon as you showed
in
up,
this,
my daughter-
there's a kid in the house, and you're fucking acting like a psychopath. This lady has escalated this situation completely all the entire time.
is sleeping. This woman has been abusing my rights since she showed up here, entering my house without a warrant.
I'm not kidding. I'm going
I want a supervisor here right now. I haven't done
I'd say do
anything
it.
to be arrested.
At this point, I mean,
they showed up here. They're trespassing on my property. She's putting her
at
hands.
this point right here, right? I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to defend myself now. Because you're touching me, you're assaulting me, you're in my home, my kid's in the other room, you're being extremely aggressive with me. I don't know what you're going to do to this child either. You're going to treat me like this, and I don't know how you're going to treat my kid. I'm the first line of defense for my child. I'm going to defend myself now. Now, if he picks this chick up, now I've watched this full video, and they watched the first 30 seconds of it. Any video that I get for the show, I don't watch it all the way through because I want to watch it with you. So I don't want to break it down with you because it's a lot more fun that way. But if she gets picked up and bodied by this dude, it's her own fault. She entered his home without a warrant. She's physically harassing and assaulting him right now. She doesn't have her body cam on, and she probably is not on the clock. She's probably not on the clock. So.
My daughter's sleeping in the bedroom. I will gladly get my kid. Get off of me.
Go ahead.
Get off of
Get
me.
ahead and put your hands behind your back.
No, I'm not being arrested.
No.
I haven't done anything to you.
You are interfering with custodial rights.
I am not interfering. My daughter's in the
Per
room
statute
sleeping.
716.
And this is another thing too. This female probably knew that it was his time with her daughter, and she was sleeping a little bit longer from her nap. And she's like, I need my daughter now, not 2 seconds from now, right now. You were supposed to be here at noon. You showed up at noon 01, 12:01. You fucking, so I'm calling the cops. I'm calling DCF. And that's what they do. They will do that because women are naturally vindictive, especially when they feel powerless, or even when they don't feel powerless and they have all the power. Females have all the leverage over the man when they have the child. I know this firsthand. So I'm going to be almost certain that the woman that has the child with this gentleman arguing with this so-called police officer, I'm going to be almost certain that it was nasty and is nasty and is not healthy. And if anything, this officer is making the image of the parenting relationship worse. She should be promoting healthy relationship parenting situations, right? Healthy, meaning that let's work this out together. Hey, listen, okay, all right, she called us. We want to check in on the kid. I'm not saying anything like that at all. Let's just make sure everything's on the up and up. Is that cool? Good. Okay, good. Great. I just want to know, the kid's here sleeping? Okay, you, lady. And this is where the officer needs to be the officer and not the friend and be like, you, lady, you need to stop harassing this fucking guy. He has time with his kid. You need to stop it. Leave the fucking man alone. When he gets your kid to you at an appropriate time, if the kid is fucking sleeping, leave him alone. Okay? You don't need to be here harassing. You don't need to say, it's my time now. You're just making the kid resent you more by behaving this way in front of the child. When the two parents fight like this in front of the kids, it's just going to build resentment against the parent that is being the asshole. You know how I know? Because I lived it firsthand.
0495.
Oh, she's a drunk, and there's a DSS
I don't
case.
have that information readily available at this present time.
Oh, you don't? I
But
already
you
had
are
it right last night.
interfering.
I called the cops last night, Jacob.
Right now.
I'm the one who called the cops last night.
Put your hands
I
behind
called
your back.
too.
Put your hands behind your back or I will tase you. Put your hands behind your back or I will tase you.
I'm not doing anything. She wants my daughter, and I will gladly give her my kid, but she's been sitting here trying to enter my house.
Yeah. Put your hands behind your back. I'm sorry. Thank you
It's
for
crazy.
asking, though, but yeah, the cop is already here. He's just trying to fight you.
I'm not going to be put under arrest for no reason.
We were supposed to give
She
the child
just
back.
told you what the reason was. You're fucking dumb. She just told you why you're being arrested.
She was coming into my house. You could come in.
I have you all recorded.
You could come into the house, not her.
Turn around.
I will get my kid.
This is fucking crazy. This is like the craziest fucking apprehension I've ever seen, or attempted apprehension I've ever seen. Like,
I'm scared for
this woman went into the man's house. No, nothing. No warrant. No, nothing. Like, go get a warrant then. Why are you in my house? You're breaking all the laws. Why is your body camera not on? Well, what the fuck is going on? My kid's in the other room. You're screaming like a psychopath and you want me to just peacefully go with you? I don't fucking think so. I don't think so. This is why I think females are a hazard to law enforcement. Look at the situation. Now, because she can't get the situation under control, she has to get other officers down there, or the situation should have never been handled by her because she's not on the clock, and that's why she didn't call for backup. That's why she's not calling her supervisor, because she's not supposed to be there. She's trying to intimidate the guy, which he's not intimidated at all. Obviously, she's a fraction of his fucking size, which is a hazard in itself. Now, let's say the male officer showed up, right? Let's say the male officer showed up, went hands-on with this dude, and then what's the female going to do? Hold on to like his pinky, half of his leg? Now she puts another officer in jeopardy and takes that officer from where he needs to be to give her backup because she's unable to do her job correctly and safely. It's crazy. Can't make it up. This has been Stop Resisting. Thanks, guys, for being here with me. What do you think? Do you think that female officers are a hazard? Do you think that they're a benefit to the force? What do you think? I think they're a hazard. I think that they should be administrative and support roles only. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. I always want to know what you're thinking. And as always, I'll see you on the next time on Stop Resisting. Bye, guys.
Just follow after me. Yeah. Gonna do the two-step and cowboy boots. Grab a sweetheart and spin our wheels. Do the pull down and get it. Take it to the left now and dip.
All right, everybody. We're getting into the last couple videos, and you know how I like to finish the show. I like to finish it off funny, strong, and positive. So hopefully you'll go out and take on the world with strength, a little bit of humor, and lots of positivity. So let's get at it. So this first video I got for you here, you know, the people you see in this world, you know, you got to double take. You know what I mean? You just go, what the? Well, you'll see what I mean here.
Lord, forgive me. Forgive me, Jesus. Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, Jesus. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, Lord.
You saw that, right? Yeah, you saw that, right? I did too. That was incredible. Oh, my gosh. Here. One more time.
Forgive me, Lord. Lord, forgive me.
Look at that chop job.
Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
This is like your 7th grade math teacher converted you know, transition. That's what this looks like here. Holy shit. Look at that bunker buster. Oh, you know this person has broken plenty of doorknobs with that fucking thing a time or two. Holy shit. How does that happen? Is it like a genetic thing? It's like Danny DeVito decided to grow up their man bun.
I'm sorry, Jesus. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
If you're laughing, you're going to hell. I'll see you there, guys. I'll see you there. Anyways, this next video I got for you. The fight breaks out at McDonald's. Again, you know, I don't understand why people can't just behave. I don't understand why. You can't just go and order your fucking food, mind your business. Oh, I didn't get the right shit, so I'm going to act like a total psychopath because I didn't get my fries were cold or my cheeseburger wasn't the way that I wanted it or whatever the fucking case may be. Whoever said beware to the buyer was probably bleeding from the asshole when he made that, you know? And also, whoever said the customer's always right should be bleeding from their asshole, because that is the fucking dumbest thing I have ever heard, especially if you watch the way some of these people behave when their order is messed up. Watch this. Look at this.
A customer got into a violent fight after a McDonald's employee refused to mix milkshake flavors for her. The video shows the customer coming behind the counter and repeatedly
and just does whatever she wants, and then strikes the manager, punches the manager because I'm not mixing milk and vanilla or milk or chocolate and strawberry for you. Sorry. I'm not doing that. We don't have that. And why can't you just fill up half the cup with strawberry and then the other half with chocolate? What's the problem? Well, because I'm not doing that. That's the problem. It's not a problem. It's just I'm not doing it. So either you want a chocolate strawberry or you want a chocolate shake or you want a strawberry shake. If you want to buy a small and two smalls, like a small chocolate and a small strawberry, and then I'll give you a large cup and you could dump the two together in for yourself, but I'm not doing that for you and charging you for one. No, it's not happening. And then, of course, in fatigue fashion, here we are.
Wrestling with the employee, even landing a hard punch to the manager's face. The manager then told her to leave, so she began to justify her earlier assault.
Sorry, I've been up all day. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm emotionally weak and I can't handle when people tell me no because I've been put up on a pedestal. Because I've been oppressed for 400 years. You don't even know I had to sit on the back of the bus and today I got to sit in the front. Like, just what the fuck are we talking about here? I want to, you know what? I'm going to go through and I'm going to see how many people I find that are white that behave like this. And then I'm going to go and find as many as I can of colored individuals behaving like this. And it seems to be a staggering majority of those videos will probably be colored individuals, you know, and crazy Karens. It's not dudes mostly. It's mostly white females or colored individuals that behave like this in stores. Entitled individuals, people that think that they're more important than everybody else.
Yes, touch my boss. Get out!
After being expelled from the counter by the manager.
Throwing stuff around. What a surprise. Wow. I'm starting to understand why we had segregation laws. I'm just saying, I mean, I'm starting to understand. Look at this behavior.
The customer went to the drink machine, made herself a beverage, then returned to the counter and tried to get near the blender. But the dutiful employee wouldn't allow it, so the customer threw the drink at the staff member, and the two then grappled with each other. After the police arrived.
Yeah! Fucking A, doggy. Yes. You know what? If I was the franchise owner of that, I'd give that fucking lady a raise. I would give her a fucking $5 raise. She was sitting there serving her up. This is Mickey D's extra crispy right here. We got the Chick-fil-A going on. Bang, 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 bang. I hope you like your McChicken extra crispy, bitch, because here comes the heat. Poof. Good. Good. These people just have to stand here and take this kind of fucking behavior. They should be able to defend themselves when some kind of fucking psychopath comes in and starts throwing drinks around because they can't get what they want.
The customer was immediately arrested and identified as 44-year-old Helena Cleveland. Police investigations found that Helena had previously served 2 years in prison for beating her grandmother. During one argument, she threw her grandmother.
This totally took a totally different direction. So obviously we are literally dealing with a psychopath. Yeah. I did not see that coming.
To the ground and hurled a lamp at her. In the end, police charged Helena with 2 counts of assault and barred her from entering any McDonald's. Was it worth getting into a brawl over a milkshake?
Was it? Which leads me to, you know, that whole thing that happened in Mississippi. I'm actually going to talk about that on Thursday's episode, because I want to get a little bit more information behind that. But yeah, I mean, if you didn't do anything wrong, then you wouldn't behave like this. Oh, I didn't do nothing. You literally beat up your grandmother, lady. Like, you should have got way more than 2 counts of assault. You went to prison before. As a judge, I'd take that into consideration. I'd throw the maximum at you. I'm like, obviously, you are a public hazard. You should not be allowed to be out in public. I need to put you behind bars as long as I fucking possibly can, because obviously the 2 years that you were in there, you didn't learn anything, right? Bending over and quacking like a duck, huh? Didn't really do too much for you when you had to go show your lady parts off to corrections officers. Female corrections officers, by the way. Female. Okay. So, I mean, what are we talking here? This woman deserves whatever she gets. And anybody that behaves like this out in public, you deserve whatever you fucking get. If you go off the rails and, you know, the Chipotle guy goes off the rails and starts giving you a fucking 2-piece extra crispy like he worked for Popeye's Chicken, you deserve whatever the fuck you get. You deserve whatever you get. You don't get to put your hands on people. You want to yell and scream and be loud and be pissed off because I won't do it? Fine, get out. But as soon as you cross the line, you put your hands on me, it's over. You're never going to forget who I am. You will never forget me. I will leave something on your body that will make you remember me for the rest of your life. Whether I gouge your fucking eye out, I bite the tip of your nose off, I bite the tip of your chin off, or I rip off one of your ears, fish hook you, you will never fucking forget who I am. That's why I don't like to fight, because when I do, it gets really dirty. And I don't play by the rules at all, because it's a fight, motherfucker. And if you got me that mad to where I had to put my fucking hands on you, or you put your hands on me, chances are I didn't put my hands on you first. That there's a very high probability that I didn't do that to you. You put your hands on me, and that's a big no-no for a lot of people. You know, I know a lot of people that can take yelling and screaming and whatever, because people do that when they get pissed. Okay, go be a crybaby out in the parking lot, cry about it on TikTok, whatever, right? Oh, sorry, I fucked up your mukbang video for the day for the fucking 1,000 people that like to watch you smack your lips while you're fucking talking with food in your mouth. I hate mukbangs. I think they're fucking gross. I think it's gross when somebody's sitting there smacking their fucking lips and chewing food and talking to you about their life that nobody fucking cares about. It's disgusting. So anyways, this next video I got for you. Where we at here? Where we at? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, you know, you ever heard that phrase, I'm just a squirrel in the world trying to get a nut?
This is crazy.
Get it.
I've never seen this.
Get it. Yeah, he is tearing that shit up. Look at that.
This is crazy.
Look at that. Incredible upper body strength. This squirrel is digging that thing out. Look at that. Good for you, buddy. Oh my gosh. Hey guys, we're getting into the last video. And before we get into the last video, I just want to say thank you so very much for liking, watching, loving everything we do here at the OTPH Show. You know, raw, stealing, sex appeal, gravy train on biscuit wheels. So get on board, because we are a movement that's going to the top with your love and support. And thank you so very much for all of your love and support. Scan the QR code, because that's the best way to support the show. And thank you to My Patriot Supply for sponsoring today's episode. Best way to support the show for free is to like, share, subscribe, and let everybody know about the greatest fucking show on the internet, the OTPH Show, raw, stealing, sex appeal. Now let's get into this last video, guys. God damn it, I don't even have it set up. Every fucking time. Try to go into a nice transition, you know, a nice flow, but I'm all excited because You know, it was a nice show. It was a great show. Thanks for being here. A little bit longer than I expected, but you know me. I always run over a little bit. So if you were to go to a school and you were to see something like this going on in the school, would you pull your kid from that school immediately? Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Oh, shit. Specimen of sheer athleticism. Look at this. I've never seen a gallop like that ever in my life. Look at that trot. Look at that trot. That's so beautiful. He's gotta be strong and he's gotta be fast and he's gotta. This is why we need to reopen mental wards. We have young adults. Yeah, I mean, he looks 12. Now, a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old. Okay. Running around with the little horsey like this. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Fucking 12-year-old boy, huh? In a fucking gym at a school? You know, I think, again, I'm starting to think bullying is a good thing too. I don't even know. The rainbow socks give it away, guys. The rainbow socks give it away. I don't even fucking know what to say about this. This is why we need to reopen mental wards and funnel these people in there as fast as possible. Possibly heavily medicate them, maybe a lobotomy so they can start living normal life again. Hey, guys, love your neighbor, love your family. Most importantly, love you. You can't love the other two without you. I love you. God bless you. And I got to get the fuck out of here. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. That was a hell of a jump right there, by the way. That's actually impressive. Whoa, Captain Crunch gone drag. What the fuck? Oh my God. This is a grown man wearing a fucking bell-bottom leotard, unitard, reatard. That's exactly what he is. Guys, I got to get the fuck out of here. I gotta go. Bye. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, scan the QR code. Help me out. I love you so much. I want this to be my job. I'll see you on Thursday.
Gonna do the two-step.